Over the past 2 years, I've been on an admittedly obsessive reading hype, all with the idea of charging up my inner work, supercharging that process. And when I refer to inner work, I'm referring to things like self-discovery, realizing parts that have been pulling the strings behind the surface without me realizing, delving back into my childhood, pulling forwards into the future, and bringing all that together in a way that actually helps me to become the man that I want to be. And what I've been doing in this time is collecting this library, building this library. And what I'd like to do for the sake of this playlist is to be able to reduce down the first 100 books that I read in psychology and philosophy down to a top 15, condense the summaries of them in terms of why I think you should buy them, and also some of the practical teaching and manageable insights that you can have from these books, or at least the ones that I've been able to have, all with the encouragement of you being able to do your inner work as well. Just for reference, my name is Billy, also known as Mr. Clark. I've been a teacher of philosophy for 10 years now, and I've been also coaching and mentoring specifically in the past 3 of those. And I'd already recorded this playlist originally for another YouTube channel, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-record them here, summarize them down, so instead of being 10 to 15 minutes in length, I want each video to be around sort of 5 to 10 minutes maximum. Just to give you some statistics, by the way, on these books, I am currently at 120 books overall, non-fiction, in this library, and this is based on the first 100. Just so that you're aware with all this, I was not a reader to begin with. It took me a long time to read my first couple of books. It took me about a month to read my first one, about a month again to read my second, and by the end of this second year period, I was at the stage where I was reading with ease about 2 books per week, and I'm trying to build on that momentum. So things will start slowly, and I know exactly what it's like to be someone who is not a reader at all and to have no focus, very little attention span, and actually build on this practice overall. But yeah, some quick statistics. The first 100 books, they took me 98 weeks and 6 days to read. I read about 40 pages an hour when I worked it all out, which means that process took 722 hours, which is 30 days. It was 28,888 pages, and I spent £813 and 26 pence. Now, all of that being said, I want to try to summarize this process so that you don't have to spend 2 years doing the exact same thing. And if I can shorten this down to 15 books with maybe a few other little side bonus books in some of these videos to help encourage it along as well, then it will supercharge your process. What I would ideally like to do in a video playlist like this is to be able to reduce down the work that it would have taken you otherwise 5+ years to do down to 6 months, if not 1 year. It might be that you don't read every single one of these books on this playlist. That's absolutely fine. Obviously, I'm expecting that. But if you were to read 1 or 2 that really stands out to you, it's this process of sitting down with a physical book rather than just being on your phone scrolling or doing this scattered work here and there. It's taking time out of your day or out of your week and out of your routine to actually build in this habit. That's why, to come back full circle, what I'm talking about here is autobibliotherapy. Auto referring to the self, biblio referring to books or library, therapy referring to healing. So autobibliotherapy is self-healing directed via the books. That's what I'm talking about as I'm talking about all this. Like I say, I don't want this video to go on too long. This is just the introduction to the series. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 15-part series, 1 book per video, and maybe with an extra 1 or 2 sort of hidden in and amongst there. I'll summarize it all down at the end with the top 3 books of those 15 to really supercharge that process. And yeah, I think that's all you really need to know for now. I'm really, really excited about this process, as you can probably tell by my energy in this, and we're going to move straight on to book 1 directly following this video. So as soon as you're ready, it'll either be available on the right-hand side, there might be a pop-up just below, if not, it'll be in the comments, and I'll see you over there when we'll look at embracing your inner critic. That'll be the best possible place to start for a playlist like this. I'll see you over there.